NATO head tells Russia it cannot win nuclear war.
Here's a summary of the article.
NATO Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg speaks during a news conference on the eve of a NATO summit, amid Russia's invasion of Ukraine, in Brussels, Belgium, March 23, 2022. Register now for free unlimited access to Reuters. Brussels, March 23. NATO warned on Wednesday against Russia's war in Ukraine sliding into a nuclear confrontation between Moscow and the West. Russia should stop this dangerous, irresponsible nuclear rhetoric, NATO Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg told a news conference. But let there be no doubt about our readiness to protect and defend allies against any threat anytime. Russia must understand that it can never win a nuclear war, he said on the eve of a summit of the Western Military Alliance's national leaders in Brussels. NATO is not part of the conflict. It provides support to Ukraine but isn't part of the conflict. NATO will not send the troops into Ukraine. It is extremely important to provide support to Ukraine and we are stepping up. But at the same time it is also extremely important to prevent this conflict becoming a full-fledged war between NATO and Russia. Register now for free unlimited access to Reuters.com.
This post received a score of 48,000, with an upvote ratio of 91%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
It is called Mutually Assured Destruction for a very good reason.
The acronym is fitting too. MAD.
The counter to MAD is Nuclear Utilization and Targeting Strategy, or NUTS. The names of the two opposing doctrines are literally MAD and NUTS.
It's not a counter to MAD, it's an alternative, very theoretical, doctrine where a country employs just a few nuclear weapons for a targeted first strike. But such a doctrine fails since most nuclear powers have openly declared, all against any policies, i.e. that any nuclear attack is met with them firing all the nukes they have in retaliation. So we arrive at MAD anyway, because why would you bother firing just one or a couple of nukes at a country that will retaliate with thousands? NUTS only actually makes sense for nuclear powers attacking non-nuclear powers.
Counter is probably not the best word, but if you read the original papers and understand the people around NUTS, it was very much put out as a counter to the idea that any nuclear war would result in MAD. That you could use nuclear weapons in a way that could be seen as a warning or as a deterrent itself. A famous example was how to deter Soviet aggression at the Iranian border. The light response was 200 tactical nuclear weapons deployed against Soviet staging areas and infrastructure. That was criticized as not being very light and would obviously escalate, so the alternative was then 2 SATMs on key bridges and a single tactical strike against their forward-most unit stage area.
But when Russia has declared they would launch all-out retaliation if ever targeted by a single nuke, then it doesn't matter if you use 200 or 50 or 5 or 1. Or if you just target forward forces or invading forces on foreign soil. You always get the same result, that they launch everything they have and the US, NATO then does the same and we're at MAD and the end of the world a few times over.
I am not arguing with that concept, just saying what NUTS is. The people advocating for NUTS thought that those stated policies were bluffs. Would you really destroy the world over one tactical unit being wiped out?
Pretty sure nobody wins.
A strange game. The only winning move is not to play.
I've had the strangest urge to re-watch that movie this past month.
Would you like to play a game?
How about a nice game of chess?
Later, let's play Global Thermal Nuclear War.
Fine. ... Which side do you want? 1. United States. 2. Soviet Union.
3. Ukrainian tractor driver.
That's cheating. It's like picking odd job in GoldenEye.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.